Warning, the following podcast is intended for immature dads only. Listener discretion is advised. This is Dad's Game Review, the most casual hardcore gamers around. Reviews and news from every platform. We waste our time so you don't have to.
What's up, kids? Welcome to another episode of Dad's Game Review. I am the guy who doesn't finish video games. According to my co-host, this bitch right here.
I may have sabotaged his Twitter account and posted a mocking post saying, "I'm Paul, I'm a gamer, I don't finish games." But it just made me look stupid too, because nobody finishes games. I'm like out of the norm here.
You said that you don't finish games. You were like, I'm just like you.
I used to, but I've finished 47 this year so far, so I kind of do now. I kind of do. Anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Dude, I gotta compliment this guy right now. Okay, so those three people that have actually watched our YouTube podcasts, he is looking sharp right now. He got himself a new computer, new MacBook. He actually the whole AI background thing is actually working without flashing in and out right now, and he's put like this black nice background behind him. Right. Now we just need to get him some gaming shirts now so he can have a nice shirt like this.
Yeah.
I'm in my work clothes. My gaming shirts are all packed away. I don't know what happened to all of them. Anyway.
It's what happens. We were having this discussion before it started. When you're fat, kids.
And I was 330 pounds at one point.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting that.
You don't forget that. Just because I got skinnier doesn't mean I wasn't fat my whole life.
You're fat. There's no normal neck holes. They just assume that the whole upper body is the same as your stomach. And they just well, obviously their head is the size of a fucking Bratz doll. So let's open up this open hole area to whatever. Ugh.
Yeah, big and tall, even though I had to order it being 6'6" and 330 pounds, it was always still too big or tall to me. It just didn't ever fit right. I never felt good in my clothes. It sucked.
All right. Humble brag. Let's take it down a notch.
No, what? Not at all. Dude,
6'6", 330.
You think I'm bragging about my height and shit? No, that's not a brag. I feel like a freak, man. I've always felt like a freak.
I'm short Italians,
I'm a whole head above everybody else. I mean,
I'm actually tall.
I see the tops of heads and cleavage, and that's about it.
Yeah, that was I'm actually tall in the Italian culture. I'm 6 foot. I'm 5'11" and 3/4, but I just say 6 foot because it's easier. Well,
not to stereotype Italian Americans, but you always say this smaller little dudes with a big mouth and too many muscles and just yelling. Yeah. That's a stereotype. He's like 5'6".
We do not reference the Jersey Shore in this show.
5'6" of fury.
It's the worst.
I love Jersey Shore. You shut the hell up.
God.
I have watched every episode ever released. I'm sorry. I like trash reality TV sometimes. It's what I do. I was literally posting about the Bachelorette.
Worst representation of Italian Americans in the history of the world.
Oh, I love Snooki.
Stupidity.
I don't care what anybody says. Snooki's still hot. I don't give a shit. She may be 40 and popped out 3 kids. She's still hot.
Yep. I didn't even know she had 3 kids.
What is going on with this podcast? What is happening? We've lost control. Anyway.
What did we play? Speaking of treks to the Jersey Shore.
What did we play? We played Trek to Yomi.
Yomi. Trek to Yomi is a 2022 side-scrolling action-adventure game developed by FlyingWildHog and published by Devolver Digital, which, I have to admit, when I first booted it up and I saw Devolver Digital, I was like, oh, crap.
No, Devolver makes some good games.
Yeah, Devolver did, except for the Western one. Remember the Western?
What Western one?
There was a Western game where you were a gunslinger, but it was more like the future, and you had to fight zombies and beasts.
Was it Evil West?
Evil West.
I didn't get to play that. I thought about playing it. It looked cool. I don't know.
I played about maybe 3 or 4 chapters. It was when me and John were playing it. And,
yeah, I've had it downloaded multiple times, just never tried it.
Oh, really?
I can't remember what other Devolver games there are, but I know when I see the logo, I think more of a quality type game. So,
well, that was just my one playthrough, so I could be wrong.
So Trek to Yomi, the reason why I picked it is it looked really aesthetically it looked really cool. Like I already
Right.
like samurai stuff, I like Japanese stuff, I like Japanese
Yeah.
lore, all that kind of stuff. Totally intrigued by the culture. And this looked like an authentic samurai style game. And the way it's done was done in the old Kirosawa movie style,
Right.
which it's like all black and white. It's all grayscale. The entire thing's all grayscale.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yet it's still gorgeous, which is crazy. And it's kind of got a film grain on it and a couple like filters on it that make it look like it's an old VHS while you're playing it.
Right. Right.
And so I didn't know anything about the game, but I thought that aesthetic was like really cool. So I thought we'd try it, and I wasn't disappointed.
Not at all.
So
Not
let me
at all. I thought it was amazing. I mean, any complaint that you have from this game, you can basically back it up with, but those graphics. I mean,
exactly. It didn't matter what I was saying about the game. I was like, but it's gorgeous, but it's so
it's just like
beautiful,
you can't even
and it's
you stop
grayscale.
yourself and
It's
you're just
all
like
freaking grayscale.
it's
There's no
all
color.
grainy film.
It's
Like,
beautiful though, the
oh
detailed
my
backgrounds and
God, is
stuff.
it gorgeous?
Before we get to raving too much, hold on. We got to rave about the
Okay.
guy that created this, okay? Because the first thing that pops up when you start the game is the creator, Leonard Minchioni. I hope I said it right. And it's
Okay.
Flying Wild Hog Games. So Minchioni, this is his like passion project. I don't know if he was really into Kurosawa films. So Akira Kurosawa was a filmmaker back in the 1940s and 50s that created this style of merging like Western cinema with Eastern, cinema, and
Right.
and the two cultures, Western cinema with like samurai stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he released all these films, like a dozen or more films, in this certain style that he had. And he edited his own films as well. So he kept with his certain unique style all the way through.
Okay.
And I guess there was stuff released from the 40s to the like late 60s, and then a couple things I saw mentioned on Wikipedia from like the 80s, I guess. But so he's a
Right.
legend. They've considered him one of the masters of cinema because of his style, and that's what this game was kind of based on. So Leonard Minchioni
Yeah.
must have really loved this kind of style to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine. I mean, I was just like, okay, like and you start out and you're like a lot of it's Japanese, but they put the English in there so you understand what you're reading. Um, and it starts out with this film style and you're like, "Oh, okay, this is like the intro or whatever." But he really takes it up a notch and he really goes into depth with the whole grain thing. And you're just like, "Wow. Wow, I'm playing this?" Like
Hmm.
it's like the first time you saw Cuphead. Remember?
The beautiful art on that.
Yeah. And you were just like, wow, am I playing in the 30s? Like just
Right, that's that aesthetic. Yeah, it's just, and there's times where you blink and like it looks photorealistic. Like it
it
really is,
does.
it is a real movie on a VHS film with that little bit of
Yeah.
grain, the backgrounds and stuff.
I
Uh,
um I really love this game just for the fucking graphics. I couldn't get I couldn't get my brain wrapped around like what I was playing. I mean, now a lot of people said the controls were a little wonky and that kind of ruined it for them. But I just adapted to it and I just was like, okay,
You just got to
this
learn how to
works.
fight, and I agree. The fighting is probably the weaker aspect of it because it is a little weird.
Hmm.
I'll go into the details on that in a little bit, but
Right.
I mean, once you get used to it, you do start feeling like kind of a badass and stuff.
Oh yeah.
What I was gonna ask you though is you didn't change the audio, did you, to English? Did you listen to it in English or Japanese? I'm gonna yell at you.
Was that an option?
Okay, you did it in Japanese still? I was hoping you kept the subtitles on because I switched it over to English like dubbing. Do not. Holy crap, it was bad. Like it just
I
sucked the
did the
it's
subtitles.
it
I did
sucked
the
the soul out of it.
subtitles
I
with
always do
the
subtitles because
Japanese.
I'm used to playing Yakuza games, so they're always subtitled. So yeah, I was just hoping you didn't switch over to English because it really
Now,
kind of.
who is going deep into menus this time, Josh?
You're right. Usually you're the one that figures out stuff like that, but I always check to
I
see
just
if.
went and hit play. I didn't even go into it. I
Now,
just
did
kind
you
of
did you
was
check
like,
your difficulty though? That was my other question for you.
so now here's the thing. I still didn't check it, even though I kept playing. I kept saying, "Oh yeah, I got to look at that." I just forgot because I'm absent-minded, and I just forgot like to check it. Now, it seemed rather easy. Like it felt easy, but
Yeah,
I don't
if you were
know if I was
one-shotting guys
on easy.
if you were one-shotting guys in the beginning and then two-shotting guys near the end, like it was on easy. Because
Okay.
that's what I was saying is normally I have no problem playing story modes. Like I got okay with that. I've been doing it on games, and you can
Right.
still have a totally full experience. But
Right.
going on easy mode on this game kind of once again sucked the life out of it. Like like doing the English dubbing did, where you didn't really have to have battles and fights. You could just hack your way through. And
Right.
now we'll talk about the fighting, because the fighting has to be timed. You've got a stamina bar. You can't
Right.
just hack away. And later in the game, the only reason I was dying was because I kept running out of stamina because I was getting surrounded by guys.
I,
Despite collecting tons of stamina upgrades, like
I
you have
know
to.
the stamina was a little bit much.
That's
It
kind
was
of
killing
sucked.
me too. Um, it was also a little confusing as to where to go sometimes,
What are you talking
but it
about?
wasn't
It's all no, there's only one way to go on any of
it
it.
wasn't hard to figure out.
It's
I'm not
linear as
saying it
crap.
was.
What's hard to figure out is where, so here's what's cool is that it shoots like, this old Resident Evil and Silent Hill perspectives.
Yeah,
The camera constantly changes perspective as you're moving. So as you move
right,
through it, it feels like those old survival horror type things. Um, but yeah, it's just, you have to look off screen. You have to go areas where you think there might be something that doesn't look like you can go there. You can't really tell in the backgrounds,
right,
but
right, right.
if you go off screen, then you find your secrets and stuff like that. But the whole game's linear. You're just going left to right the whole time. So I don't know how you got lost, but you can figure shit out, I guess. You literally can't get lost in this
I
game.
didn't get lost per se. It just like, my problem is that the only time I really get some good game time in between school and everything is Friday and Saturday. So those are my game times. Like I can sit up at night as long as I want, play video games all night. And I'm typically high, so
I am right now.
so
I smoke before I get
so
on stream. I'm not high. I'm functional because
yeah.
I just take a
Yeah, but
couple hits to focus.
I didn't grow up in California. I didn't have like endless age of experience in what high is and how to function on it. So, I always say that thing about I don't know what's worse is that I didn't get high until I was 38 or that I had to have my daughter show me how. Uh
I smoked with my dad once. It was a very awkward experience. I knew he smoked, without me
it was just a
after he
lot of
left my
it.
mom, but
Yeah, a lot of it was like, Dad, you have to do this, 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 and this. It's like, oh, okay, you know.
was she teaching you how to hit the pipe and everything too?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
She's like,
God, how awkward.
you need to hold it in. You can't just. And I'm like, oh, okay. Because that's when I had my cancer, and that's when
Smoke, it
doctor was
helps.
like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you to smoke weed, but
No, I
I've
totally
heard
am
this
okay with that.
helps.
I've always
So,
used it medicinally too. I use it as just a way to focus. I was never like getting blazed out of my mind, like sitting here as a plastered on the couch.
yeah,
Occasionally I'll drink an edible for that, but that doesn't happen. That
right.
happens like once a year. So
So you go through. I enjoyed the game very much. I enjoyed. This is the only thing that I had a little bit of a moral compass shot in. I don't know if you've had this thing or not, where they're like, you go into houses and you pick up quote unquote, I'm using air quotes, collectibles.
yeah, I didn't really look
Is
at
it
them.
collectibles or are you just stealing?
Yeah. Oh
Tell
God,
me,
here's his inane complaint. I was
there's a
waiting for it.
gray
Every
line here.
every podcast, there's an inane complaint. Here we go.
It's just like you go into these homes and you're like, oh, you found a collectible. Or you found you found John's, whatever. And you're just gonna walk out the house with it just because you're saving the world or whatever in this instance.
He can't suspend disbelief for a minute. He really just can't. We didn't tell him though is about what the story is. So
I've been ruined. Okay, go ahead. Tell me what the story is.
So the character is Hiroki, and you start as a
Right.
young boy,
Yeah.
and his sensei has to go out to war or something like that, or gets taken or something. I can't remember exactly, but he goes off to save him and ends up fighting some soldiers and stuff, and then it kind of ends that scene, and all of a sudden we flash forward, and now he is a samurai, and his village is
Right.
being attacked, and there's this bad dude Kagero who's missing his nose. That's like a noseless samurai dude, and you just basically the trek to Yomi is trying to track down Kagero and all the people destroying towns as they go along. So that's why
Right.
it's
It's
pretty linear.
Batman.
Pretty
It's
linear.
Batman.
Batman
It's
for samurais.
it's Batman in samurai form.
I
That's all
will
it really is.
avenge. And
It is.
he loses his love interest and his best friend from childhood and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
She gets
it's
killed and
like his father figure gets killed in front of him.
yeah,
Blah 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 blah
it's
blah.
pretty
Thanks,
standard
Stan
stuff.
Lee.
It didn't need to have like a deep story. Like you've got the love that gets stolen and killed, and you've got the sensei and the father and all that kind of stuff. Like the typical stuff. It's fine,
Right.
but yeah, it's more just about the gorgeous backgrounds and the fun fighting, which once it
Right.
grew
Yeah.
on me, You unlock all. So this the reason to explore off camera is for secrets, right? You get combos and
Right.
you get other moves and stuff like that. So the thing that's weird about this is the X button to change direction. You don't just look left and look right. You switch direction that you're looking
Oh
with the
yeah,
X
that was
button.
great.
So how did
Once
you
you
feel about
learn
the
the
fighting?
controls in this game, you're gold. Like once you get used to the controls, which are not very hard to get used to. I don't know like what you've read, but I've been reading a lot of just post-its on Reddit. People like the controls ruined this game for me. And it's like get a life. Uh,
It's funny
like
with so many people that like the timing of Souls games. This is not a Souls game whatsoever, but it's still got
no.
timing. Like you can't just
Yeah.
run in there and be stupid. You've got
Right.
stabs that you can keep at length. You've got overhead smashes. You can press any direction with your sword strike and do four different strikes that way. So you can do a
Right.
double uppercut or a down to up slash. So you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
be strategic about your approaches because if you go in there hacking and slash and you run out of stamina or they get strikes on you, and once they start striking, you're like fuck.
Yeah.
They'll take you out quick. So it's like you just have to be a little more strategic. It's not a hack and slash,
Yeah,
even
it's
though
not.
it's a
It's
hack and
not. I
slash.
mean, it feels like it. It feels like you could just go in there and just keep slashing. But over time, they're smarter, and you just kind of go in there and you're like, okay, wait. After
Or they
you
start
die
getting
the
extra
first
different
time,
weapons and stuff like
oh yeah.
Land of
Oh,
Darkness.
tell
Yeah.
me you didn't like the Roman candles
You mean the gun things that
or
they shoot it?
whatever it was.
Yeah, it's a very old ancient musket. Like we're talking, I don't even know what decade or year.
Oh, whatever it is. Yeah,
Takes
yeah. We're
like
not really. They don't really talk about the year, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was. I'm
Okay.
hundreds of years ago during the
Yeah,
samurai
yeah.
stuff, but
But they did
uh
have a pseudo rocket launcher. I call them Roman candles.
yeah, it looks like a
Um,
Roman candle gun basically. They're loading it that way.
yeah, they load it and I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, it was very minimal. What did I say to you? I said it's easy. You said it was easy on easy. It was mundane
Yeah, it was
and
boring on easy.
boring.
I felt it ruined the experience, and I had to set it one time towards the end. I had to put it down to easy for one part. I just could stamina kept killing me on, and then I
Yeah,
turned it right back up, and it
yeah,
was fine. I
yeah.
finished it on normal, and
But
I'm not a good gamer. I'm not amazing at anything. It wasn't super difficult on normal.
yeah. I mean, those are all the words, baby. I think that's what I texted you. Those easy, mundane. Let's go.
And
I
so, and
just don't like to be super challenged in my games.
we're older. We don't got time to be stuck. I don't have time to
Right?
waste on Souls games, dying a
It's
hundred
the whole
times and being like,
premise
"I
of
finally
Dad's
did it
game
after
review.
6 hours." Right? That's the whole
It's the
thing.
whole premise
These
of
are
Dad's game review.
These
We
are
don't have
games you can get
time.
through in a weekend or 2 weeks or whatever, playing only 1 or 2 days a week. Like
Yeah,
I can't
that's
make him
true.
play. I can't make him play long games because he doesn't put any more. Did you even finish this one? No, no. How
No,
far did you get? Did you get to the
I
Land of Darkness?
I told you I got up to the guy who turns into two guys.
But is that in the Land of Darkness with all the spirits and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Well, then at least you got to those chapters. So you progress from samurai stuff and basic samurai stuff, which I thought the whole game was going to be like that. Then all of a
yeah.
sudden you move to the like toxic undead, and
Right.
and and then you move to the Land of Darkness when shit gets a little wild.
Yeah.
And they vary the it starts with just basic samurais, and you get guys with weapons and zombies, and then you ended up
Right.
fighting spirits and flying women and all this kind of stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So at
I
least
mean, it had a great appeal. I mean, I don't know if you ever played this with me. I don't know if it was John, but John just like shut it off after like one chapter. But it was like Friday Fight, Friday Fight Night, or something like that.
you're not talking about the boxing game, are you?
No, it
No.
was called Friday Night or just Fighting Fridays or something like this, right?
Yeah.
It basically was supposed to be John Wick the game.
No. The actual John Wick game apparently sucks. It just got delisted. Little
Oh, did it really?
news tidbit for you.
And it was just so amazing. I loved it. Like from the moment I turned it on, and John was like, "This sucks. I don't play these games." Like
Yeah, everybody has different
it was
opinions.
just basically one button did everything, aside from the directional. These are the games that I love.
I love
You
that. I mean,
know,
that's what walking simulators are. You press X to interact with shit. And there's games that you don't even. I played a walking simulator. I didn't even press X called Dear Esther. You don't even
right,
press X. You literally just walk, and I had a blast.
right,
It was
right.
gorgeous game, beautiful game. There's some more about the ambience and the sounds, but I like simple games. Simple's fine. And I've always said indies, they give you the passion projects and the real stories. And so
They
this was
do.
a passion project of somebody.
Yeah.
I even told you, how much I rave about Gris as being like the most beautiful game ever.
Yeah.
and Neva and that studio.
Right.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
I even mentioned this in the same raving as Gris, as for one of the most
Right.
beautiful games I've ever seen. And so it's totally a fine experience with the people complain so much about the fighting, but shut up, like play the
Right.
game and enjoy it for what it is. I had a blast
I
with it.
know. I know. People
So
don't do that.
we're doing a 10-point scale now, right?
I are we?
Yeah, so that's I think we were gonna start because we can't do the good, bad, and the ugly anymore. So we were just
Yeah,
gonna
that's
instead of just
right. We
being
can't
like,
even
I
play
like
that.
it, it's good, I like it, it's a 10-point scale. 10-point
And we
scale.
do dad ties. That's what we do.
Dad 10. Okay, yeah, dad ties. There we go. All right. So what would
Uh,
you give this review on this one?
I would, to be honest with you, I would give this a 9 dad ties.
Nice. Yeah, I'd
I
say
mean,
8.5.
and
Yeah,
that's high for me
and you don't
because
like anything.
games
No, you hate
rarely
everything.
capture my attention.
He's bored with everything we played. I swear to God. So
I
when I
mean,
hear him when I hear him
I'm
rave about
old,
something, I'm
Josh. What do you
happy.
want me to tell you, man? How
No,
many times do I have to tell you?
I love like you lost your mind for Blueprints. That was amazing. Like I
Oh
loved
my
how
God,
you
that was
got into that.
amazing.
I like it when I show you a game and you're like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to introduce you to all kinds of new stuff because I pick
But
weird games sometimes.
that's why all these games it's hard for me to pin down as to what game I like. Because
That's why
Blueprints is different than anything you've ever played, but then again, Trek to Yomi it was a great action game, you
I
know?
like
So I
unique. I try and find
yeah.
unique things because the same old gets put out by corporations every fucking year. It's
Yes, mom.
the indie developers that make the stuff that I find more interesting because they're not trying to meet quotas and goals and money making and all this kind of
Right,
stuff that
right.
corporations are doing. They're giving you a game based on what they believe in and what they like and what they want to create. So
Yeah.
this
I
is an
mean,
amazing game. Good job,
what
Leonard
else is there, you
Minchioni
know?
or whatever that name was. Do you have news? Did you get some news?
Oh yeah, let's get into some news. I think we have some real whoppers this week.
I got a ton here, so yeah, like usual.
Thanks, Craig. So, in this week, what do you have? Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
I can't remember if I
Because whatever I have to say is going to piss you off.
oh boy. Well, that's fun. Josh gets mad. That's always fun. I don't remember if I talked about the Stop Killing Games initiative last week or 2 weeks ago. Did I?
Stop killing games?
Stop Killing Games initiative over in Europe.
Okay, I didn't read anything
Okay,
about that.
I just can't remember if I talked about it. Anyway, I'm just going to mention it again. I think I was something I left off news last week. But
Right.
they were trying to get the law passed that corporations have to make a single player version of a game that you can't just shut down a game and have it disappear and be gone. Is that if you're having a live service game or an online thing, there has to be a solo player content that can be played offline. And all these corporations are like, screw you. And
I
they
don't
ended up
understand. Can you rephrase? Like,
I'll
can you
give you an
like?
example. Here's an example exactly of a game I play. Ubisoft, who we talk a lot of crap about, but I still play their games. The Crew is one of my favorite
We all
races
know how
of
you
all
love
time.
Ubisoft.
It's the Crew Motorfest is one of the Crew series is one of my favorite races of all time. So
Okay.
people were pissed. They shut down the first release of the Crew a couple years back or last year, and people were pissed. They had bought like a $110 version that spent all this money on this game, and now it's shut down. Servers are down. They can never play it again. So what Ubisoft is doing, not because of this initiative, but as an example of what they want from this initiative, is
Okay.
the Crew 2 and Crew Motorfest are getting patches to have offline gaming. So when the servers go down, they're hoping to get companies to allow you to host your own server. But when the servers do go down, those games won't be dead. They'll still be able to be played. So
Oh, I see.
they got
I see.
1.4 million signatures. They have to weed out what came from America because America picked up on this and got involved also. But they may have enough.
Stupid
Um,
Americans.
they have to get over a million. They may have enough signatures to go to a vote on this, whether they force
Right.
corporations to do this. So who knows? Tell me what you got.
So let me unpack this a little bit. So basically, if a game is like all online, like Monster Hunter, let's say, when it goes offline, they have to create a first player game.
Yeah, Monster Hunter's offline too, I believe.
Does
I
it have
mean,
to be? Oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh,
you
I thought it
just
was all online. Wait,
no.
name something that's all online. Let's say Need for Speed.
Any live service game, anything that doesn't have a single player mode or a career mode that you can play offline. So any like Helldivers is an online service game. There's no single player on that.
Oh, okay.
The Crew
So they
Motorfest
have to
currently
create
is.
an online first player game.
You just have to be able to play some aspect of the game offline as well. That's
Does
what
it
it
have
kind
to
of
be
has.
free?
Well, if you're buying the game, you should be able to keep the game to play. That's the point.
I see. I see. I see. I got it now. That seems kind of stupid. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that one.
Well,
I mean,
the whole goal is to have nobody own anything. Everything's going to go digital eventually. We're all going to be paying subscriptions for everything in our fucking lives, and
right.
nobody's going to actually own anything. We're going to all be end up renting if BlackRock keeps buying out all the housing and shit like that. So it's just, they want nobody to own anything, keep them poor, keep them stupid, keep them controlled. There's my rant. There's my rant.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
All right, give me your
Um.
news.
So I'm gonna say here, Nintendo announces U.S. prices rises for original Switch, and warns the price rise for Switch 2 games and the NSO, which is Nintendo membership, may be necessary in the future.
It's already
So
happening.
basically, what's happening is that we're not selling enough Switch 2s. So anybody that wants a Switch 1, you thought you were gonna get it for $1.99. Nope. You're gonna get it for $3.39 or $2.29 if you're buying a Switch Lite. I think this is bullshit. That's
8-year-old system, 8 years old.
we're raising the price.
Mhm.
I
It's
just want to
probably
be in that. I just want to be in that boardroom and just be like, okay, okay, hear me out. So we're gonna just raise the price of the Switch One to compensate for no people not buying Switch Two.
well, it's not that they're not buying it actually.
All in favor?
But there's two aspects to this, okay? One could be response to what happened today. Trump's tariffs went into effect today. Okay,
Oh,
people have been warned you will be paying for these. The people that don't understand how economics work thinks that we're not. The $150 billion he's bragging about increasing in revenue for the U.S. well came from us
yeah,
paying more for goods. So what this could be Nintendo's response to the tariffs because that happened today, and they say these prices are taking effect on the 3rd. Target
right,
accidentally posted the prices live today, and then they pulled them a
yeah.
couple hours later because they're not supposed to until the 3rd. So either that or they think by raising the price on their 8-year-old system that is now the number one selling console of all time, they can force people to buy more Switch 2 because it's only so much more. So they
But
raised
I
they
was in
raised
Target. I was in Target. Speaking of Trump,
oh yeah.
I
No,
was in Target not too long ago,
God. Yeah,
and
right.
there was Switch Twos off the Yahoo. It was just Switch
They are. They're
Twos.
not. They're not. But okay. So here's a stat on the Switch 2 I read today. Then it's sold 6 million consoles in 7 weeks,
Right.
which is basically 20% of the entire Xbox Series X and S base they've done in 7 weeks that Xbox has done
So
in
they
5 years. So
so they finally failed. So they finally failed. This is
that's
it.
not a fail. I'm not saying that's a fail. I don't know what's supposed to be considered good, but they already have an install of 6 million units out there in 7 weeks. So what did you expect them to sell? I don't have any predictions or what it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
don't
six
either.
six million have
I
sold.
don't know. I don't know what they consider success. And it just kind of annoys me that they're playing games. Like Nintendo was the savior of the video game world.
No.
They
Ugh.
were cheap, they were for families,
They
and
were never
now it's
cheap.
like, yeah, they were always cheaper.
No. I
Yeah, they
don't know
were.
what you're remembering. Nintendo 64 games were jacked way above everything else. GameCube games were jacked up.
Were
Uh,
they really?
NES game, Super Nintendo back in the day compared to Genesis. Nintendo's Switch games, they don't drop below $40 for their first party stuff ever. Ever. You can buy first party PlayStation games for $20, $15.
I
So,
remember I remember Nintendo always being the cheaper version because they wanted families to enjoy it
well, that's their
a lot.
content. Their basic first party stuff is all family stuff, which
Yeah.
is it's whatever. But so they had a show yesterday, a big Nintendo Direct,
Oh yeah,
and
I heard.
so far every single thing coming out of that show is being released on Game Keycard, and they've already had shit sales, third-party sales, that with the companies even saying it's performed below their lowest expectations because
Right, right.
companies to save money are using these Game Keycards instead of an actual content on the card, which they're releasing the same
Right.
games for Switch with the full content on the card, but you buy the
Yeah.
Switch 2 version, you get a game key. So I don't know if it's going to pay
But
off
you
because
still has
people
a
are pissed.
cartridge slot.
It's still a cartridge slot, and it technically still works, and you can sell and trade. They're just trying to take away that. Eventually, it'll become worthless. It won't be active anymore.
So
You will
they're
not be able
doing
to
what
use it.
every other company, they're doing what Sony and Xbox
Companies
are doing.
saving money, so you don't actually own anything because everything's going to be digital at some point, and you won't own
Yeah.
anything but licenses. You're owning licenses now. They're not giving you the content, and it should piss you off, but nobody's getting. I'm getting pissed off.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I
They
don't.
just go.
I'm gonna fight digital forever, and I'm not. I won't buy games that are like take a 80 gigabyte download on top of the disc. That's stupid. I'm trying to buy things that are complete on disc.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Um. So I have a beef with Atari
I don't know why people even bother talking about Atari anymore, and
because they're always in the news,
why
Josh.
that stupid
They're always
Pac-Man
in
one
the
came out.
fucking
The
news.
the Pac-Man thing Atari came out, and it's like $700 or something. And it's
They,
cute. It's cute, but who's an Atari
the
fan?
2600
Who
plus
who
Pac-Man
can't wait to
version.
play more fucking Atari? Come on, the beeps and boops. Like, is that what you want out of gaming? You're so stuck in
They're
1978.
selling genre. They're selling nostalgia. That's what they're doing, Josh.
But who's
They're
nostalgic for
selling
that crap?
nostalgia.
I played it. I'm not nostalgic for it. It sucked. God.
You played the new 2600 plus?
No, why do I want to play Atari games? Who yearns for Atari?
Because
Who?
it's a small Android PC.
Is this the 60-year-olds in gaming? Because it's
I
not
don't
me.
know.
I'm 44 and I played
Yeah,
Atari and I
I'm
don't
not
yearn
there yet.
for it.
I am 53 tomorrow, Josh.
Oh, that's right. We got to say happy birthday to Paul.
No, that's
Everybody
all
say
right.
it with me. All 3 viewers on YouTube. Happy birthday in the comments. Let's go. Let's go in the comments. Happy birthday for Paul.
Here's the if you remember to upload it, maybe they'll hear it on time. Uh
That'd be
but
amazing if somebody actually did.
Atari, I find it amazing how they constantly pop up in news. They have like a great following and people just seem to like that watch that they came out with,
Stupid.
the Atari watch. They're building an Atari hotel in Vegas and
Stupid.
we are going to go, Josh. We are
No.
going to we're
I
going to
don't
take a
want anything to do
game
with it.
review trip.
Atari is crap, man. There's nothing redeeming about it. Now, are they always in the news, or are they trying desperately to keep themselves relevant after 50 years? What's the truth there? Because I don't think nobody cares about this shit.
A
Like,
little of
it just
both.
blows my mind. I think they're just
Yeah.
desperately clinging to the only thing they have because they haven't produced anything great in whenever. I did buy. I'm going to tell you though, because of you, because of this podcast and you and John, I did buy that stupid Atari 50th collection for the
That was a great collection.
because I'm curious about the storyline on it with the history on it.
Yeah, I
So
thought that was great. You didn't think that was great?
I haven't played it. It's still sealed for the last 6
Are
months.
you
I'm just
kidding
saying I
me?
bought it because of you. You influenced me, you influencer.
Oh, the guilt. I thought it was great, to be honest with you. I thought it was very informative. It had everything that it needed to have. It had the old version, and then they had like remakes of the old versions, which I thought was great. I thought it was really great. Now, the reason I bring Atari up is because Atari has introduced Breakout Beyond.
So it's
So,
Breakout, but it's shinier and you have special moves.
so just take Breakout as you know it, okay? And just slowly turn your
Oh my God. He's
turn your
doing
screen
he's
this
doing a
way.
video stunt, you guys, on YouTube. Get over there
Turn your
now.
screen this way, and that's Breakout Beyond. That's how it goes. It's sideways Breakout
So it's Breakout just sideways.
with Arkanoid
Revolutionary.
things
Amazing.
added in there.
It's like when they turned Pong into a platform game on the PS1. Like,
Yep.
what the fuck? No. No, Atari.
That was the
Stop
beginning
it.
of a nostalgia, selling nostalgia. But Breakout Beyond is a game that where it just goes sideways. And it looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't look like I'm gonna spend $40 interesting on it. Maybe if it was free. It's kind of reminds me of like Vegas. They should just have like a venue of like all the people you thought were dead. You know? Just, you know, Engelbert Humperdinck, let's go. You know, just like that. Don Rickles comes out and tells 10 Polish jokes.
You
You
really
know,
are
like it just
appealing to the older audience right now, aren't you? You are really going for it. We're going to bring in the
just get the
70s,
just the
70-year-old crowd.
venues, just get a venue of everybody you thought was dead, and people be like, yeah, I'll wander by. You know.
Did you
What
have any
news do
more?
you have aside from
I
my complaints about my past being ruined?
I had two little things. I thought it was a funny stat. 75% of people that have played Red Dead 2, the game that everybody says is the best thing ever, amazing, holy shit.
Yeah, all right.
75% of people have never even finished the story. Anyway, Amazon
Ooh.
is producing a Wolfenstein series, and it's this from the makers of Fallout. So Fallout kind of blew me away. I don't like the games, but this Fallout
Who is
series,
making a Wolfenstein series?
Amazon producing it.
Oh, oh, making a
Amazon
Wolfenstein
produced Fallout
show.
also. Yeah, they're making a show, not the game. Sorry, I should have
Ah,
clarified. But
why?
shut up! Fallout was
Why?
awesome. Fallout
They're gonna
amazed so many
ruin it.
people. What? How
They're
can you
gonna
ruin
ruin it.
Wolfenstein? Put guns and Nazis in there. That's it. That's all they got to do. It's probably going to appeal to a
Are we
mass
done
audience
with
because there's going to be
Nazis?
Nazis in it.
I'm
No,
tired of
never.
Nazis.
Apparently, they're infesting. Jesus Christ.
I don't need a
Anyway,
show about Nazis. I got it already. It's called the History Channel.
man, we got
Why
it.
do
It's
I
called
need?
it's called America. All right. Here was another cool thing I thought, and I don't know, it's fine by me. People are flipping out, but 6 out of the top 10 selling PlayStation games last month
Yeah.
were owned by Microsoft. And the number one was
And
Forza Horizon 5. I bought it as soon as it came to PS5 because I'd rather play it with a PlayStation controller. I don't, and
right.
Indiana Jones came to, I mean, that was one of the top sellers. That's an amazing game. Uh,
Or maybe
um,
people enjoy great graphics. Maybe that's the thing.
are you saying Microsoft has better graphics?
No, the other way around.
Doom, The Dark Ages. I love that. I actually beat a Doom game. First time since like Doom 2 probably or Doom 3.
Right.
And then Oblivion Remastered. That's a Bethesda. They own Bethesda now. They didn't create these games. They bought the people.
No, they
And
just bought
so
them and they're
yeah,
like,
so Oblivion Remastered sold like
get to
crazy, and
work.
then I haven't really heard people talk about it ever since. So Elder Scrolls
It
is nothing
reminds
for
me
me.
of that Simpsons where they say where they talk about like 1,000 monkeys in a room. Eventually, if you have them all typed, they'll in about 1,000 years they'll type of the greatest novel. You know,
Yeah.
and there's like a Simpsons episode um, where Mr. Burns takes Smithers into a room with 1,000 monkeys. And he's all on typewriters, and he pulls off the sheet, and he's like, "It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times. You stupid
They just do.
ingrate."
I remember that one actually.
And that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Microsoft just like, get to work. Get to work. We own this now,
We
so
own
you
you,
must get to work.
And then 2 weeks ago we talked about how they fired 9,100 employees. So,
Right.
go Microsoft, and invested 88 billion in AI. So we know where that's headed. Fuck the employees. We're doing AI now. Another thing that's
Yeah.
going to take over
That's all,
society.
I mean, that's how I write most of my papers for school. So,
And then the last thing I have is just kind of a somewhat amusing, but also worrisome story. The UK's passed an online safety act. They're doing the censoring of websites
okay.
now. You have to have anything that's violent or disturbing or pornographic has to have age verification. Totally fine with that. That's great.
Okay.
Whatever. It's funny though because teens have been using the lead character. I can't think of the actor's name, but from Death Stranding 2, the new game looks so realistic that they're using his face to scan to get pass onto these pornographic and violent websites.
Oh,
So there's some that they're forging like fake IDs and using his face as that. I thought it was funny. But so Xbox is going to be picking up on this, and they're going to be implementing. They're going to require an ID scanned or whatever to be able to participate online. They don't want to get rid of the 12-year-olds online apparently that are telling you they're gonna fuck your mom, and so anybody so it's gonna end up having an age verification for getting online and playing with people and
right,
being
right.
being that annoying person in Call of Duty. So yeah, that's where it's headed, and they said it's starting in just the UK and it's heading to other regions in Europe by 2026. So they're hoping to cut down on online bullying and stuff like that, but it's going to be a thing to jump through, and people are going to have to figure out how to get past it if they want to do it underage or whatever. So
I don't know why people like bother to announce those things. Like, yeah.
that's all I
So,
got though. That's news.
oh, there's just one obscure thing article that I read, um, where Kojima is announcing a game he's making with Jordan Peele
Oh, well, I
called
like Jordan
OD.
Peele.
And it's really challenging him to the point where he says the true test will come possibly decades later. The real evaluation comes after 10 or 20 years. Why are we talking about this game? What? It's called OD. And he says, I can't say anything else about it, but it's a
Well,
bit risky and a new challenge for me within the realm of games.
People are always gonna expect Kojima to do something unique and different. Everything he
Well,
releases is Kojima style. He's got his own thing. It's weird, off the wall. It's deep. It's dark. It's Metal Gear Solid. It's every PT. Everything he does is just
yeah.
different.
Here's
So
an idea, Koj. Why don't we finish PT?
it's never gonna happen. I'd love it if someone would pick up the whole Silent Hill thing
Oh
for
my
him or
God, that
whatever.
was
But
great. That was probably the greatest. I mean, like, why would you walk away from that? I mean, I know Kojima. I know who's it? Konami owns it at the time, but
and props to Jordan Peele because like he within 3 movies he established himself as a great director in horror, and
yeah,
his horror movies I loved all 3 of them. I think there
right.
was 3. They're unique, they're creative, and
Get Out
Kojima
was
Kojima
amazing.
is unique and creative. Like and he brought in the African American audience also with these horror movies because you don't see a lot of
Right.
horror with that. So he cross culture and all that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's awesome, Kojima's awesome. I fucking hate people that say it, but let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah. Let them do what they got
Let
to
him
do,
cook.
but don't announce it 10 years before it's ready. I'm tired of waiting for games. You know, it's like
Yeah,
that's
you don't need to talk to me until it's like maybe in the next 6 months or something. And that's the
right.
one thing. It's the only thing I'll give props to Nintendo for is when they have a show, something gets released after the show right away, and usually everything coming out in the next 4 months or so. It's not announced a year, 3 years in advance like they did with the stupid Wolverine reveal last year or whatever. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna see it till 2028, but here.
Maybe
It's
it's
like,
that retarded Chrono Trigger again.
oh, Jesus Christ. Grow up. Move
Ah.
on.
So what are we playing next week? We're gonna play something. Hold on, but I gotta play. I don't have my drum set because again, new computer, no sounds left. I
I
don't
can't
even
hear
know where
anything he's
my
playing for
sounds are.
sound, so it sounds
Yeah,
like
so I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play a sound right now. It's of a clicker. And
oh Lord. Yep. I hate that sound.
I it's
It
this
gets a reaction every time. Every time you hear that clicker noise, we're going to be doing The Last of Us chronological. He's going to play it, he says, for the 5th time or something like that. It'll be my 2nd time, and I'm
yeah,
already like 10 hours into it. Um,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's next week or whenever it is, was it 2 weeks, is going to be the chronological. So if you don't know anything about this, kids, Last of Us 2 released a new menu item when you boot it up. It's already probably downloaded. You boot it up and you go into the options and you go into new game and there's a new option there that says chronological. And when you click on it, it plays the game like in order. All Last of Us games play like a weird Tarantino type film where like there's just different areas of the game like plopped in various places,
and there's always
but
flashback breaks. Like you do
and
some
there's always
fighting, and then you get a
flashbacks and
flashback break and do it
right.
fighting.
He's gonna play it from beginning to end. That's the way they set the game up to play
And
from
it's
beginning
definitely
to
been
end.
different, we're just going to talk about how it feels different. I don't have a great memory, so me playing it in 2020 and trying to remember what order it was in is not going to be. So you're the one that's played it 5 times. We're going to get some insight from you about how this changed playing it chronologically and how you felt about it.
Right. Yep.
Paul's the
That
star of
sounds
the show
good.
next time, you guys. Paul's the star.
Ah,
Like I said, I'm 10
that's gonna
hours
be a
into it.
lot of vodka, I'll tell you that.
I think it took
All right.
25 hours to beat 2 when I first played it, so I'm working my way through it. I'm going to try and beat it before we finish. So the 2 weeks.
Sounds good. All right, kids. Join us next week. You can find us online at Dad's Game Review as always. Josh, where can they find you?
Gosh Josh Games, like it's spelled, on all the social medias, and Gosh Josh Games with a Z on TikTok and Twitch, where my content is.
Sounds good. All right. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks. All right.
All right, later, bud.
Bye.